We are live here at Sequoia High School, the PAL Tournament Championship Games. My name is John Milo, along with Ethan Castle. You're watching the South City Video Art Station on YouTube, and a couple classics set up in front of us tonight. We've got the defending girls champion South San Francisco taking on the champions of the South, Sequoia High School, under Steve Peakey, a gentleman who has won a state championship, knows a little bit about coaching. In game two of our live doubleheader on the boys' side, we have Menlo Atherton. They are undefeated this year in the South, and they'll be taking on Carlmont as Carlmont upset the #1 seed Jefferson Grizzlies yesterday. So in last night's game, so two teams from the South, the 1 and 2 from the South, will play each other. Two teams that know a little bit about each other, Ethan, and Carlmont and Sequoia have already played a couple times. One time, Carlmont at full strength. The next time they played, Carlmont a little banged up, and it really showed in the score.
Yes, they were playing that night without Jake Kennedy, who's their sixth man, their most aggressive player off the bench. Definitely did not help them. Not sure what David Bedrosian's status will be tonight. They did manage to win without him yesterday. He is one of their 3-year starters. But right now, we've got the girls between Sequoia and South City, game that could really go either way. A lot of unpredictability. Should be a tight one.
You know, and we're going to talk a little bit about the entirety of Peninsula Tournament basketball, a little bit in and out over the next maybe 10 minutes. A great tradition here at the PAL Tournament during the championship games. They announced the first team all-leaguers from the entire league. It's a great ceremony. It's a great chance for these kids to get the respect that they deserve. So we are going to let, we'll be live for that ceremony, but then we will go ahead and turn it to our announcer.
Is between Sequoia, the champion of the South, and South San Francisco, the champion of the North.
And they will announce both starting teams, and then we'll have the all-star teams, and that's going to come up in just moments here from Sequoia High School. Third time Sequoia has hosted this tournament.
One of the really neat things is this is one of the few times you really get the entire PAL under one roof. Usually games are so spread out, teams are spread out. Great to have everyone all together here. A lot of good networking, teams getting ready to go off to their respective divisions for the section playoffs. Cool to have everyone come together tonight.
You know, and along those same lines, many of the top-tiered teams, many of the years, aren't challenged week in and week out. The top teams in the North, sometimes they're too dominant over the other teams in their league. This gives you a chance to have the absolute dominant teams playing each other at the end of the year, North versus South. Now we're going to turn to the presentation right now for first team all-league on the girls' side.
From Half Moon Bay, Bailey Bowers. From South San Francisco, Alex Solis.
These are the first team all-leaguers from the PAL North. Saw Becca in action last night. The double-doubles. He's got 11 this year.
We'll begin from Aragon, Jaylene Aragon.
Tassi really took over last night. 13 points, 16 rebounds, 6 blocks, really dictated the entire game.
That's John Horgan, our PA announcer, as he announces the first team all-leaguers for the PAL South. for your varsity player.
From Sequoia, from Aragon, Lydia Manu. And once again, last but not least, the most valuable player from Carlmont, Ashley Trierweiler. Congratulations.
And that is all your first team All-Leaguers on the PAL South and the PAL North on the girls' side.
And now will the coaches for South San Francisco and Sequoia please approach the desk, because we have a special presentation for both you and your teams. These are both championship teams. Today is providing the championship plaques to Sequoia and South City. Congratulations to two outstanding ball clubs.
It really is two great teams playing in tonight's game. This is going to be a lot of fun between Sequoia and South City, both champions of their respective leagues. Great coaching, and really two distinct styles going at it today. It's going to be the up and down the floor Warriors from South City, and then we're going to have a half-court game in Sequoia. So it's a battle of contrasting styles here at Sequoia in Game 1 of the PAL Tournament Championship. John Mylod, Ethan Castle, as we're getting ready to tip it up. About 3 minutes. Actually, we'll have starting lineups probably in about 3 minutes here for tonight's PAL Championship game. It pits Sequoia under Steve Peakey, 21-4 on the year. This year, 11-1. For the Cherokees as they finish first, a game ahead of Aragon for the championship. Sequoia's season started in the Mary Shea Gallo Mills shootout. They got a third-place tournament there. I can still see Coach Shea Gallo coaching for Mills on the sidelines at MA. It was the first tournament we ever did at KCEA. What an inspirational coach she was. That tournament is named after her. Unfortunately, we lost her about 15 years ago. For Sequoia in that one, they beat Irvington, dropped one to Sacred Heart Prep, and then beat the host Mills Vikings in the third place game. Pardon me. From there, they went to the Santa Clara High School tournament. Second place finished there, knocking off Red Bluff and Monte Vista before falling to Soquel by 7 in the championship game. Soquel this year tied for first in the Santa Cruz Coast Athletic League. And they also have a 17-9 record overall, so a quality loss right there by Sequoia. From there, wins over Monte Vista, Live Oak, at Menlo Atherton. It was the first league game, and that was actually played in December, but 42-16. You see a team beat MA 42-16, you know that it's going to be a team that is a very good team. From there, Sequoia would end its preseason slate at the West Coast Jamboree. They were in the Emerald Division, where they took second place, knocking off Bradshaw Christian and Eureka before losing to Lakeside from Lake Elsinore in the championship game. They did play Lincoln from San Francisco, knocking off the Mustangs 48-10. That would put the Cherokees into the regular season. Not many problems. They did fall at Carlmont by 5, 41-36. However, the rest of the season, very good. A couple close games along the way, but really a dominant year under Coach Steve Peakey. He's in his first year for Sequoia, second tenure, although for the Cherokees, as Coach Peakey coached this squad back in 2005 to 2008. They were 65-79 in that amount of time. Also, Coach Peakey coaching my man Ethan Castle to the right, his Burlingame Panthers to a state championship back in 1998, knocking off Lemoore in that game. Still, the only public school in the CCS to win a state championship. And if it wasn't any fair at all, from his bench, he's got Mike Chardella, merely 4 state championships for Coach Chardella in the mid-90s.
You'll see one of Coach Chardella's assistants later, Ron Osorio, the Carlmont boys coach.
Division I champs in 94 and 95, and then Division IV in 93 and 96. He was head coach at Hillsdale a few years back. They lost a championship to Branham and did win a game in the Division III state, so it didn't take him long. And actually, his first coaching stop was the boys at Oceana. Corey Cafferati, who coached Westmore for many years and now coaches Mission Junior College. The girls up there actually played for Mike Chardella at Oceana a few years back. So a small fraternity of coaches and players here. And as you mentioned right there, Coach Carrion as well, playing for Chardella. So great coaching on that side. Looking at South City, of course, now you got Coach Carrion in his 7th year, 126 and 62. A very difficult preseason schedule. They start with 3 brutal games on the road at Valley Christian, at Pally, and at St. Francis Mountain View. They lose those 3. They also play at Menlo and Lick Wilmerding. In fact, starting this season 1-5 this year before getting on track versus Hillsdale and Ragetti. They would finish the non-conference schedule with losses at Acalanes and Notre Dame, but they also beat Lowell and Urban in the Martin Luther King shootout. Into the regular season, not as much of a problem for this South San Francisco squad. 12-0. In fact, they've won 41 straight league games under Paul Carrion. They knocked off Aragon last night. Sequoia knocked off Terra Nova in that game. So it's Sequoia and South San Francisco in this first game. And Ethan, we're going to look to you for our keys to the game, because we've kind of, Coach Carrion was nice enough to kind of give us a little setup of things that need to be done, especially when you're going to try to stop. We talked about the contrasting styles of the up and downs in South San Francisco and the half-court style of Sequoia. He gave us his cheat sheet on what's going to take to stop these Cherokees.
They've got to be ready for the discipline that Sequoia is going to bring in their zone defense. Jackson in particular, who's being introduced right now, she can jump into the passing lanes, deflect passes, and turn them into fast break layups. She had 12 steals to go with her 12 points last night. They're going to frustrate teams with their zone. They're going to go through stretches without scoring. South City will, but they've got to be able to keep believing in their offense and going through the motions against Sequoia, because Sequoia can slow teams down.
We now will stand for our national anthem, and at its completion, we will have the opening tip to tonight's first game. You're listening to the PL Tournament Championship. Our national anthem as we get things underway for tonight's championship game between South City and Sequoia. On the girls' side, this South City team, the defending champion, Sequoia playing in their first ever PAL Tournament Championship game. Today's referees, Wendy Yu, Billy Torney, and Rennie Oyang. Reminds me of the great John Oyang.
One thing I wanted to mention real quick before we get started, you ran through South City's non-league schedule. I've seen a couple of games for Lick Wilmerding, who the Warriors lost to by just 5, as well as Urban, who they beat by 3 at the MLK shootout over at City College. Those are two really strong teams, especially Lick Wilmerding. That schedule that the Warriors have played is a testament to what they've done this year. They haven't shied away from competition. They dropped a few early games, but it's paid off, and I'm a firm believer in teams going out and playing the best teams they can when they have the chance. I love the way Coach Carrion set this thing up, and it's paying dividends at the right time of the year.
The dominant teams in the North traditionally play very difficult schedules because it seems like it's a very heavy, top-heavy team. As we get set to the opening tip here in tonight's game, looking at the starting lineups in these ones, it's Giselle Madrid, Becca Tossi, Alex Solis, Gabby Natividad, and Lafu Malape for South San Francisco. Now we get to that lineup. Dolsky with the shot. Caitlin Dolsky, the putback is missed. And South City with the rebound. Madrid between the circles. They go left side. Natividad to Malapia. Knocked out of her hands. And now to the right side. Malapia, a 3-year varsity starter here on this team. Madrid, top of the key. Solis, free throw line jumper is on the mark. First bucket of today's game. Let's get to the starting lineup for Sequoia. It's Jacqueline Curlin, Caitlin Dolsky, Alexis Jackson, Tita Falapapalange, and Suana Afu. 2-0 opening moments here. That's Curlin at the point, terminates right side. Maya Papalange with the shot inside. Actually, he's going to be called for an offensive foul, and that'll give the ball back to South San Francisco. Opening moments here from Sequoia.
Referee Billy Tournay calling the travel there. Had a good angle on it.
And we've seen so far in the tournament very tightly called as far as that. Madrid, right side Natividad. Good ball movement. Malapi now Tossi, the MVP of the North, goes left side. Salisa, crossover through the lane, stopped by Dolsky defensively, and she causes the jump ball. Possession there belongs to South City, but good defense right there by Dolsky.
In that 2-3 zone, getting aggressive, doubling on the outside, able to collapse back into position quickly.
And the inbound is going to be knocked out of bounds. They'll say it's off of South City as Afu battling Tossi down low. Full court 2-2-1 pressure by South City. Long pass into the front court, finds Carlin, turns into a 2-on-1 break. In transition, the bucket up and good by Falapapalange. 2-2 here, early going from Sequoia.
Curlin, one of 3 sophomores in the lineup, as she led that press break. Dolsky and Jackson also sophomores, as we mentioned earlier.
The ball on the right side. Out to the baseline. Madrid outside the arc, faking on the 3 was Solis. Instead has it knocked out of her hands. That's Alexis Jackson. She had at least 10 steals in last night's game. I lost. It was right around 8 or 9 I lost. There was like 4 or 5 more after that. Just an unbelievable defensive display by her.
San Mateo Daily Journal's Terry Bernal had her with 12. He's here covering again tonight. All sorts of press coverage here for the PAL Championship.
I appreciate that. I did not see that. Thank you. I knew it was a ton. And a steal, actually, no. They are going to get Natividad for the foul right.
South City foul. Number 21, Solis.
They got on Solis, pardon me. So that'll be her first team foul as well.
She had poked it loose, but got a bit too much of the body in doing so.
Cross-court passes through Cortland, and it'll be South San Francisco ball. And once again, with some of the overbacks too, if you just get the wrong angle, it just looks like you're fouling. And a lot of times you get those called.
It all depends on the angle the referee's standing at, your positioning. A lot of variables in play.
Solis, top of the key. She goes right side to the wing. Floater in the lane is blocked by Natividad. And now Curlin will pick up the loose ball. Head up, looking down the floor. Goes left side to Jackson. Top of the key is Dolsky. Down the right lane. Floater over Madrid, no good. High off the glass, and a foul's called. And going to the line for a pair of free throw is going to be Caitlin Dolsky.
Tassi trying to give help defense on that one, but came in just a little too aggressively, ended up with the body on Dolsky. And one of those 3 sophomores in Steve Peakey's starting lineup now to the line to attempt 2 shots.
First free throw up, and it's off the mark. I think this one coming in, South City averaging 54 points a game. Sequoia averaging giving up 31. This is contrasting. These are 2 teams that do not play the same style. Dolsky knocks down the second.
When you hold a team to 16 in a game like they did to Menlo Atherton, it'll lower that average a good bit.
Yeah, yes, that will.
They also had a game where they held Monte Vista of Cupertino to 12, held Hillsdale and San Mateo each to 17 in league play, and held Burlingame to 21.
That is incredible defense. Madrid from left wing. Sequoia in that 2-3 zone we saw throughout yesterday's game. And a bounce pass down low for Tassi. It's kicked by Caitlin Dolsky. And it'll be the Warriors ball on the sideline, trailing by 1.
South City in a bit of an unusual position tonight, facing a team that has more size than them. Sequoia using that size and the long arms to make their zone defense so difficult.
Jackson tips, and tips twice. Ends up in the hands of Elisa. Dishes down low to Tassi. Beautiful pass. First bucket for Tassi. And on top is South San Francisco. With that full court pressure, a very cool Sequoia team with 3 sophomores in the starting lineup, but they don't play that way. Curlin, 3 straight away, on the way, no good, misses right rather, and it bounds out of bounds. It'll be Warriors ball.
Good instincts by Solis not to pursue that, just let it go out of bounds. Going to make their first sub here that's Ula Talolo. Had a couple of big shots off the bench yesterday as the Warriors got out and extended that lead over Aragon to 18 in the 4th. Ended up winning by 7, but leading by as much as 18 in the process.
Oh, yeah. Alex Solis brings it up the floor. Just a sophomore, first team all-leaguer for Coach Carrion. On the ball on the left wing. And long 3 on the way by Talolo. Back iron, no good. Board by Sequoia. And the ball ends up with Dolsky and finally Curlin. Curlin will jog and dribble into the front court to be met at the timeline by Salisa.
Interesting to see no full court press off the missed shot.
And a shot on the way. Fouled is Jackson. She'll go to the line.
And I believe that'll be 2 on Tassi, just over 4 minutes in, and indeed it is.
And coming out right now is going to be Tassi with those 2 fouls. You know, we saw Salisa last night play so well in the game, and just a sophomore. She's a first-team all-leaguer, where last year Brittany Cedeno, who was the MVP of the league, went down in the semifinals of the CCS. Well, who stepped in? The freshman, Alex Salisa, and led this South State team to their school's only first ever CCS championship.
Got that win over Soquel in a game played at Piedmont Hills down in San Jose. Great day games there between both there and the Levy Center at Santa Clara. Championships, always a fun time of year.
Malapi, Talolo, Solis now. Ooh, tough shot off balance from the free throw line is no good. Afu the rebound. Curlin will bring it into the front court. Knotted it for PAL Tournament Championship game, Sequoia and defending champ South City. South City dropping back into a zone defense. Jackson to the left side, 3 on the way by Caitlin, no good. And the putback, however, is by Fala Papalange. That's a 2-point lead for Sequoia as we've gone back and forth here in the first.
See Charisma Burgesson, who's on right now in place of Tassi. She was in the middle of that zone. But Fale Papalange able to get the offensive rebound. Sometimes very tough to box out of the zone. Ball
stolen by Alexis Jackson. A little stutter step trying to create some space. Instead hits Afu, the trailer. Her shot blocked up top. And now Malapi with the ball right wing. Check that. That is Salisa. Shot on the way, and that's good. That's Malapi. She knocks that one down. That's her first bucket.
Second assist by Solis. Remember, she had 9 of those yesterday in addition to her 12 points. Nearly a double-double with assists. Don't see that often at the high school level.
Malapi, a second-team all-leaguer for South City. 3 on the way. Caitlin Dolsky, no good. Weak side rebound. Jackson with the left, no good. The putback by Afu is also missed. However, she'll go to the line and shoot a pair of free throws for the Cherokees. And they're going to get Malapi with that foul.
4-0 on fouls early on. That's because Sequoia is so used to playing zone defense, they're able to avoid contact. Going to be tough to get them in foul trouble at all.
First free throw will rattle around and give Sequoia regains the lead. It's the 5th lead change already in this first quarter of action here from Sequoia. MA and Carmont on the boys side will tip up at about 7:45 tonight on the boys championship. As Afu knocks down both. 4 Cherokees have scored in the MA game last night. 14 Bears got in the scorebook for Coach Molieri and the MA Bears.
And that included 3 JV call-ups who got to play a lot of the fourth quarter, including last 6 minutes with a running clock. Just utter dominance.
Tololo, 3-pointer left side, no good. Weak side rebound pulled down by the Cherokees. That's Mele Papalonge. Now she'll get the ball in the hands of Carlin. She brings it into the front court. Jackson now between the circles. Right side, Afu, back to Jackson. They swing it around the key. They're looking for Dolsky on that left side. Instead, they go inside. Papalonge to Afu on the bounce pass. Beautiful ball movement by the Cherokees. The bucket is good. It's a 4-point lead.
Against zone, against man, you get ball movement like that, you're going to get the results. You're going to get easy layups, and that's why Sequoia's got the first 2-possession lead of the game.
Well, on the left side, Solis. Sequoia loves that trap in that corner. Tololo gets it now. Goes to Malapi. Straightaway 3 on the way, partially blocked by Jackson, but ends up in the hands of Natividad. And now Tololo. Long 3 with the shot clock nearly expired, and it's a violation. The ball belongs with Sequoia. Great defense there by the Cherokees.
As Coach Carrion said in his notes, their zone is going to frustrate them, and South City's going to go through stretches without scoring. But if that happens, they've got to believe in their 5 out, keep moving, keep attacking.
And they try to get inside to Mela Papalonge. She wanted the foul. She's not going to get it, and it belongs to South City.
With fouls 4-0, you're going to have to really earn those calls. Going to probably see things even out at least a little bit, even with Sequoia able to play zone and avoid getting in too much foul trouble.
Bergerson with the ball. And shot on the way from the right wing is good by Solis. And that's a 3-pointer. It's going to bring the Warriors within 1 here. Sequoia will play for the last shot. You can hear Coach Peaky asking for it. Just 13 seconds remaining here in this quarter. Carlin goes left side. Jackson baseline around and up and in. Jackson's got 3 here. Long shot at the buzzer is good. Is that going to count? And Solis nails a 3 at the buzzer. And I do not think that is how they were expecting this first quarter to end. However, that is exactly how it is. Solis knocks down back-to-back 3-pointers. She's got 8 in the first quarter of action. It's a 12-12 game right there. And we'll stay right here at Sequoia High School. But, you know, Ethan, you see it so many times when games are close down. And here's the shot right here, Solis. That's nearly 3/4 full court. And it didn't even graze rim. It was right down for the Warriors. And the Warriors score 6 points in the final 15 seconds of action. That's huge. We had now a tie ball game.
And Steve Peaky knew that shot was going in when it left Solis' hands, had his hands on his head. Usually you get the bucket with, 5 seconds left in the quarter. You think, all right, we're going to be able to run this out, go into the second up by 3. Quite the turn of events as Solis hits the circus shot, tie this game up after 1.
Solis has 8 of the 12 points. Sequoia scoring much more spread out. 4 different Cherokees scoring. Fale Papalonge and Afu with 4 apiece.
Got them also each with 3 rebounds apiece. Both keep up this pace. They'll have double-doubles when it's all said and done.
So Sequoia will start off with the ball here in the second quarter. Jackson, Curlin, Dolsky, Miley Papalonge, and Afu on the floor for the Cherokees. Tossi back into the game for South City. She's got 2 fouls, and Dolsky drains the 3. So it took a full quarter between quarters, but Dolsky answers for the Cherokees.
Sequoia has not subbed it else, sticking with that same 5 so far.
Look at this ball movement at the top of the key, and the ball stolen by Alexis Jackson. She's going to go 1-on-2 the other way against Celise and Tossie, and she gets the bucket to go. 3 steals by Jackson so far in the game. She's got 5 points.
Far more court awareness than you would expect a sophomore to have. That's really true for all 3 sophomores in Peaky's lineup.
Her ball on the near side. Celise, 2-3 zone. She goes dangerous pass inside, but right through the defenders. It's past Natividad out of bounds. And Sequoia will have it on a 5-0 run starting out this second quarter of action.
Going to be Dolsky bringing it into the lane now. Kicks it back out to one of the other sophomores, Curlin. Dolsky going to pull up, long jumper, no good. Malapaya on the glass. South City going to try to get out in transition, get moving before the Cherokees can get into zone. Malapaya driving baseline, met with resistance. Gets out to Natividad, into the lane. Another kick out to Tololo. Tries to send it back to Celise. Too long, and they're going to call the backcourt violation as that pass was not tipped, though Jackson's presence certainly had something to do with that. Madrid going to come back in here for South San Francisco. Same 5 for Sequoia that we've seen for the first 9 minutes and change of this game. Cherokees leading 17-12. Alexis Jackson calls it out, along with direction from head coach Steve Peaky. Dolsky. They're going to work it inside to Soana Afu. Afu met by Tossie. Tossie gets the block, and a foul is going to be called. And I believe that foul is going to be the first one on Sequoia, and sure enough it is. Fale Papalangi called with the foul. 6:24 to go in the second quarter, the 2019 PAL Girls Championship. It's Sequoia 17, South San Francisco 12. Alex Celise bringing it into the front court for the Warriors. Gonna have to find a hole in that zone once again. Dishing it off and getting it back from Natividad, and then Malapaya is gonna get popped for the moving screen, and that will be her second foul.
A little bit of foul trouble here for South City with Tossie and Malapaya, both with 2 fouls here.
They showed the ability to get into their bench yesterday. Definitely worked to their advantage, but they usually only go 2 or so deep. You saw those 2 earlier with both Burgesson and Tololo. Cherokee's looking to get the ball inside to Fale Papalangi. She's got a lot to deal with Tassi. Gets it back to Jackson. Sends it to the corner for Curlin. Curlin has some separation. Tries a 3, partially blocked by Malapaya. Rebounded by Afu, but then her pass taken the other way by Alex Celise. Celise into the lane, and she is fouled. Will go to the line for 2. 5:37 left in the second quarter.
3 steals a game. Also very good defensively with this squad. 3 different players averaging 3 steals a game for South City. They're very quick.
See them take themselves out of their full court press a couple of times, though, not start trapping until you get to the half court. Burgesson's going to check back in for Malapaya, who has 2 fouls, and it's Celise hitting the first of 2 free throws to cut the deficit to 4.
Burgesson will be playing softball at San Jose State next year. She's a 3-sport star at South San Francisco.
Second free throw no good, rebound Dolsky. You were saying about Burgesson, though.
When this year ends, she will be a 12-semester varsity athlete at South San Francisco.
Unreal, unreal. Afu's try no good. Fale Papalangi, offensive rebound. Put back attempt no good. Scramble for the loose ball. Sequoia touched it last.
So when we say that, what we're saying is she played a varsity sport every single semester of her high school career. Just amazing.
And had time to take care of all her academics. Going to be able to head to a pretty prestigious school at San Jose State. School that's really elevated its profile using that Silicon Valley location. Giselle Madrid was the intended target of Tossie's pass. But with the height differential of a foot, Tossie needed to send that thing a lot lower. Went well over Madrid's head and out of bounds. Jackson will have it. Going to be a quick sub as looks like Tossie's going to sit down again. Malapaya back in. With the size South City has, they can really rotate those bigs in. Tololo also not too small herself. She's 5'9", but more of an outside player. Curlin communicating with Dolsky as they work it around the perimeter. Alexis Jackson inside the three-point arc, gives it back up. It's going to be Dolsky trying another 3 and hitting it. 7-point lead, and that's going to force Paul Carrion to take a timeout with his South City Warriors trailing 20-13.
You know, something that we saw in last night's game when Tassi got in foul trouble or late in the first half when it was a potential situation she might get in foul trouble, what Coach Carrion would do is he'd take her off the floor on defense and he'd put her back situationally on offense. I think he's starting to do that right now. He wants to get to halftime without that third foul. That's going to be crucial for him. So I think he's planning in advance. And after you mentioned playing for Coach Chardella, Coach Chardella is going to handle the final minutes of a game as well as anybody else, and that's where he learned his trade. So, of course, Coach Chardella on the bench for Sequoia now as an assistant. But I think he's got to monitor her from the second she got that second foul.
And they're also, looks like Tassi's not coming back in for the moment, but they are bringing in Tololo, who's got the ability to hit a couple of outside shots. Or scratch that, looks like Tololo I thought Tololo would come over to the scorer's table. Looks like she's staying off. They're going to roll with the same five they had. Solis is going to bring it up with Madrid and Natividad, and then they're going to stay 5 out. On the corners, it'll be Burgesson and Malapei. Malapei receiving the pass near the top of the arc. Burgesson looking around. Finds Madrid, who's doubled. Madrid dishes it back out. Solis 3 on the way. That one rattles around, no good. Out of bounds, it will be to Sequoia. And now Tololo will come in. 4:25 left in the first half. Sequoia 20, South San Francisco 13. And the Cherokees with a chance to keep building on this lead. South City, again, not pressing at the moment. Looking like they're going to stick with a little of the trap once Sequoia gets it across half court. Curlin gets it to Jackson on the corner. Jackson 3. Gets the friendly roll from the home rims, and Sequoia leads by 9. It was not a 3. Her foot was on the line. Tololo trying to start it back the other way for South San Francisco. They've got Solis in the corner, looking around. Finds Burgesson on the wing. Burgesson met by Jackson. Madrid's pass deflected out by Jackson. It'll stay with the Warriors.
You know, bounce pass. Bounce pass. It's nearly impossible to steal a bounce pass, and it is so underutilized in the game.
Especially with Sequoia expectant of the chest passes right now. You know, they've got the long arms extending the zone. 3 seconds on the shot clock. They're going to have to throw something up. It's from the corner. It is no good. Back iron from Solis, and it's Afu pulling down the rebound. Usually South City able to thrive on second chances, but they're not going to get many tonight against a Sequoia team that can match them in the size department. Curlin starting to direct traffic again for the Cherokees. Jackson finds Curlin in the corner. Tries to work it inside to Afu. It's out of bounds, though. It's off of Burgesson.
It's just tremendous ball movement by Sequoia. I think that's why South City dropped into that zone. Sequoia moves the ball too quickly and too efficiently. And as I say that, they go to man-to-man.
They do that as Natividad checks back in. Fale Papalongi gets a look down low, no good. Afu grabs the rebound, effectively hands it back to Fale Papalongi, and she puts it in, and it's an 11-point lead for the tournament host and top seed from the PAL South, Sequoia Cherokees. We have foul called away from the ball, and it's going to be Fale Papalongi.
And it's a 12-1 run right now as Fale Papalongi picks up her second foul, third on Sequoia. Tassi checks back in for Burgesson.
Sequoia didn't really give up any momentum when Solis hit the three-pointer to close the first quarter from beyond half court. We finally have a sub for Sequoia. Fale Papalongi with 2 fouls checks out. Pafudi Leala Manua getting her first appearance. Solis hands to Natividad. Natividad defended by Jackson. Tololo picks it up, top of the arc. Solis wing to wing. Natividad looking around, has Malapei in the corner. Tries to get it back to Solis, but the pass off her hands. 2-on-1 back the other way. Alexis Jackson stops up, kicks. Dolsky finds the corner for Curlin. Curlin back to Dolsky on the wing. Dolsky gonna let go. Another 3 and connect. Her third of the quarter.
And that ball came down wet. That's as high arcing a shot as you are going to see. And Coach Carrion, you know, we talked a little about yesterday about having the necessity to use timeouts that potentially at this level, because of the late clock and not stopping, that you need later. Coach Carrion forced to call back-to-back timeouts as the team comes out. It's a 15-1 run, 2 timeouts during the streak. Can't
let this thing get any further out of hand. But that shot, as you were saying, I think that shot might have reached higher than our tower that we used when we were with KCEA. That thing definitely brought rain.
I think it brought down a banner. Is that what they mean by bringing down the banners?
Might be. That's one of those expressions.
That was James Beakley walking in for Menlo Atherton. Game 2 coming up. Beckwith, pardon me.
Also seen a couple of the Carlmont boys players come in. Should be a good crowd. 2 Sequoia District teams meeting tonight in Redwood City. 3 of the 4 teams in tonight's championship games from the Sequoia District, with South San Francisco as the only outlier. Gonna get back to action. 2:36 left in the second quarter. Here on South City Video Art's YouTube channel, it's going to be Alex Solis once again bringing it up. She has the only point of the quarter for the Warriors as she split a pair of free throws. Sequoia did a very good job slowing her down after her strong first quarter. Tololo kicks it out to Madrid, handling it along the volleyball line. Solis now on the wing, back to Madrid. They've really struggled to penetrate inside against this zone. Tololo going to try to drive in there herself, gets it to Tassi, but Tassi loses it on the dribble. Sequoia ball after yet another turnover.
And I think they might have got away with the travel there anyway. I think she lifted her pivot foot, so I think Karma gave the ball back to Sequoia.
Going to be Curlin bringing it through. Peaky calling out the play, as you can hear. Curlin handling it out on the wing. Not much of a shooter, but a very good ball handler, really reading the defense as well. Curlin has been dishing it off both to Jackson and Dolsky. Jackson inside to Afu. Good defense by Tassi that time, but the rebound bounces over to Jackson. Fresh shot clock. They'll have a chance for Curlin to get it going again. Curlin takes it out near the half-court logo. New floor this year, the Raven logo at the center. Last year they had an S logo. New court this year, and it's played well for the hosts. And another three-pointer, this one from Curlin. 30-13, it is all Sequoia in the second quarter.
And now an 18-1 run by the Cherokees.
South City's got to find a way to stop the bleeding before halftime. At least get this thing down to 15. Just get a field goal of any sort. Tololo, top of the arc with Solis. They've done such a good job cutting off Tassi. They haven't been able to get it to her much. It's going to be Madrid trying a three-pointer. That's well short. And going to be an over-the-back foul on Tassi. That should be her third. And with 1:02 left in the second quarter, this has been a nightmare stretch for the South San Francisco Warriors. They're going to have to bring in a player who didn't see time until the tail end of yesterday's game. That's Anastasia Fotu getting her first appearance. Her sister, Aubriana, in street close night. Anastasia, a sophomore. Aubriana, a junior. Once again, Curlin brings through center with Dolsky. Dolsky dishes off Jackson. Curlin near the left wing from a ways out. She's going to drive around Fotu. Hand off underhand to Afu. Goes out of bounds. Looks like it went off of Malapei. It'll stay with Sequoia. 43.5 on the game clock, 12 on the shot clock. You get up a quick shot, you could basically go 2 for 1 to close the half. Once again, Alexis Jackson will be on inbound duties. Going to try to work it down low to Afu, stolen by Malapei. Really an all-around weapon for South City, though she's been held in check. Blocked by Jackson and Dolsky, but they're going to call the foul. Malapei to the line for 2, 37 seconds to half.
Yeah, and every point is essential right here. As you mentioned, get to 15. If you could somehow get a bucket and a couple of free throws and cut in that lead, get a little bit of momentum going into halftime. It's so hard to go into halftime on this kind of run and figure out how you're going to turn it around.
Again, just get it to 15, and you're in good shape. This is a Warriors team that was in that position a couple times last year. No shortage of close games, no shortage of late drama. Malapei missed the first free throw, though. She does make the second to cut it to 30-14. Just a couple of possessions left in the opening half, and they are calling on the full court pressure, though once again Sequoia breaks it. Dolsky met there with Malapei, ends up recovering a loose ball. Curlin looking down low. Shot no good. Offensive rebound for a moment by Leala Manua, but it ends up in the hands of Alex Solis, who's going to take it back the other way. 13 seconds. Solis trying the long jumper and hits. Finally, the Warriors have themselves a field goal in the dying moments of the second quarter, and they've gotten it down to 14. Sequoia's just going to have to throw up a prayer here. A full court heave that ends up no good from Curlin will take this thing into halftime. It is Sequoia 30, South San Francisco 16. A 14-point deficit for the Warriors. They finally managed to whittle it down in the dying moments of the second quarter.
Yeah, so we'll take a quick break in just a moment. Game 1 of our double PAL championship doubleheader live here on Studio Art, South City Radio on the YouTube channel. 30-16, 18-1 run by Sequoia leading the way. 10 for Dulski for Sequoia, and on the other side, Alex Solis leads the way with 11. We will take a quick break. We'll be back with the second half tip. This is the PAL Tournament Championship game. 14-point lead by Sequoia. You're listening to the PAL Tournament Championship game on the South City Video Art channel on YouTube. We are live from Sequoia High School, the PAL Tournament Championship game, live here on South City Video Art. My name is John Milod, now joined by Anthony Remedios from Aragon High School. And the first half here in Game 1 between South City, undefeated in the league. South City's won 13 straight games, but they ran into a buzzsaw in this first half of play. Sequoia going on an 18-1 run in the second quarter. It was tied 12-12 after one quarter of play. However, the big run has left the Cherokees with a 30-16 lead here at halftime. Boy, and that even includes a three-pointer at the buzzer by South City, or else that run would have been much more extensive. Looking at the high scores, Alex Solis, the sophomore, first-team All-Leaguer. She's got 11 in the first half. She comes in averaging 9 a game. She's going to have her work cut out here for the second half. Lafu Malapai had 3, and then Giselle Madrid 2. Just 16 points in the first half for the South City team. They come into this game averaging nearly 55 in the league, so that's well below their average. Turning things over to the Sequoia side, 10 for Caitlin Dulski. She hit 3 3-pointers in that second quarter of action, 7 for Alexis Jackson. Alexis Jackson also with 3 steals in that first half. Taida Falapapalonge had 6, 4 for Suana Afu, and Caitlin Dulski, Jacqueline Curlin had 3.
And we had 6 rebounds for Suana Afu and 3 assists for Jacqueline Curlin also.
You know, and you mentioned that one of the dads just came down here and told me, very interesting, we noticed that all 3 guards for Sequoia were sophomores, Jacqueline Curlin, Caitlin Dulski, and Alexis Jackson. However, not just sophomores here, they also went to Central Middle School together, and who was our arch nemesis. I went to McKinley, by the way, but I will still pass this along. They all played basketball for Central. They won 41 straight games. Wow. So, and then I asked, well, how come they didn't go to Carlmont? He said, well, they live here now.
Wow.
But that
what
really,
an amazing
really
career
is
it's been for them.
And you think for poor Coach Maury, he would have had 3 All-Stars on his team at Carmont. We are going to get set for the second half of action. I am going to turn things over to Anthony Remedios. 14-point lead for the Sequoia Cherokees as we enter this fourth quarter of action. I'll get you the starters really quick. It's going to be Giselle Madrid, Becca Tassi, Alex Solis, Gabby Natividad, Lafu Malapai for South City, and then for the Cherokees, Curlin Dulski, Jackson, Falapapalonge, and Suana Afu.
All right, and we have Tololo going up for the 3-point shot, and it is good right to start the third quarter. And Sequoia will inbound it over to Curlin, who will come on up, pass it over to Jackson to get over midcourt, and tries to pass back over to Curlin, but she will be in the backcourt, and it will be the Warriors' ball.
That's a backcourt violation right there, and that's the first time we've seen South San Francisco come out in that trapping defense. It causes a turnover.
All right. And we have Fotu with the ball. All right. We have Solis with the ball. Passes over to Tololo. Back over to Tassi. And she will turn the ball over. Dulski going down the left side. And she is fouled.
Yeah, Caitlin Dulski is really quick intercepting that pass. She's fouled. Really, nothing really Solis can do there, but either let her go to the hoop, pick up the foul, and she ends up with the foul. She's got a couple. First team foul, second half.
All right, and we have Curlin with the ball. Passes down to a Food down at the post, where she will get a traveling call.
That's pretty good defense right there by Becca Tassi. She really just took a step off defending and a little stutter step right there by the forward, first-team All-Leaguer for Sequoia.
All right. Tololo with the ball on the left side for the Warriors. Pass back up to Solis, top of the key, and back down to Tololo. And she's looking for the pass. We have 11 seconds on the shot clock. Tololo up for the three-pointer. Rebounded by Dulski. And she's trying, Curlin coming up. No press this time. Coming right up at midcourt. And she will try and dribble down. Passes over to Falapapalonge. And Afu will have the ball. She'll take a shot at the top of the key. Rebounded by Falapapalonge. And now it is the Warriors' ball. Solis with the ball. on the right side. Passes over to Tololo. Cross the court pass. Now you have Solis with the ball. And you have Malapai with the ball. And we will have a jump ball.
That's good defense right there by both Jackson and Dolsky, tying up Malapai. This time they earned the possession with the possession arrow.
All right. Curlin with the ball here, and it looks like Solis is looking to give a little bit of some ball pressure here. All right, Curlin will pass down to Jackson on the left side, outside the key. And we got a steal here by Natividad. Jackson with another steal tonight. Over on the left side. Curlin with the ball. And she's getting defended here by Solis, putting on some good ball pressure. Paula Papalongi with the shot. No good, but we have a foul.
And I think Fotu is going to end up with this one, and that'll put her on onto the free throw line. Just the first foul there, second team foul. So Mela Papalange will go to the line to try to add to this lead. 30-19, three-pointer, the only point so far here in this second half of action. A lot of foul trouble in this one too. Tossie with 3. She sat down at the 1:02 mark of the second quarter, and now she gets ready, just stepping back onto the floor.
And that will be 1 for 2 for Fala Papalongi. It's about just over 5 minutes to go here. It'll be in a 12-point lead for the Cherokees. Tololo with the ball over on the left side. She will pass back to Solis over to Fotu. And she will try to pass over to Natividad, but down in the right corner. And the ball goes out of bounds.
Now Dolsky just tipped it enough, and Natividad couldn't get a good handle on it, knocked out of bounds. Sequoia's defense has been very good the last 2 nights.
Yep. And we have Curlin with the ball on the right side, trying to dribble down to the post. Passes down to Fala Papalongi. And it hits off of her, and it will be the Warriors' ball.
Last night, Sequoia giving up 23 points in the win over Terra Nova.
That's impressive.
That's
They're only
impressive.
giving up 19 tonight. They're only giving up 19 tonight through 3 quarters. And we have Tassie with the ball. Steal by Jackson, who will dribble down to the post on the left side for the layup. No good. Rebounded by Tololo. And now you got Solis coming up with the ball through midcourt. Tololo with the ball. She will pass across the court to Natividad. Solis with the ball at the top of the 3. All right. Tololo with the ball. And another steal by Jackson. She will dribble up as if there were a layup, but to fake. And there will be an out of bounds on Sequoia.
Hey, that's a nice high-low entry pass right there by Curlin. Just Afu couldn't corral it like she wanted to. But Alexis Jackson had 12 steals yesterday. She has 6 so far today. Wow. 18 in 2 games. And we got the second half still coming.
Wow. We have just under 4 minutes to go, and it is still a 12-point lead for the Cherokees. And we have Bergerson with the ball. Down over to Malapai Madrid. And she will pass over to Tololo. Over to Natividad. 10 seconds on the shot clock. And Malapai will go up for the shot. Rebounded by Fala Papalongi. Curlin will be taking the ball up across half court. Not just yet. Slowly coming up, she will get some ball pressure from Tololo as well. Passes over to Jackson on the left side. And she will pass down to Fala Papalongi, who will put up the shot. Rebounded by Afu. Tries to go back up, but we have the foul.
And Afu's going to go to the line, shoot a pair of free throws, but Falapapalange and Afu just put down a shoulder, and they go so hard at the hoop. I'm really surprised that Falapapalange didn't pick up the foul there as well. Before that, Afu will go to the line, shoot a pair of free throws. Not a lot of substitutions for either one of these squads. We see 3 Warriors getting set to come in the game.
We have Tassi, Fotu, and Solis coming back into play. Madrid, Bergerson, and Malapai will leave the court. And that will be 2 for 2 for Afu at the free throw line. And now Natividad will carry up the ball right at midcourt. We have.
Shooter, Sawana, be ready.
All right.
Feet, move your feet.
Solis with the ball down left corner, trying to go down to the post. Passes over to Tassi. Goes up for the shot with 6 seconds and is fouled.
I think very fortuitous that she got that. Instead, Melapapalange is going to pick up the foul. That's going to be the 3rd on Falapapalange. Also, just the first here in the second half for Sequoia, as they will take Falapapalange out of the game. Pafudi Lea Manua will come in for Sequoia.
And we have Tassi with the inbounds there, and another foul.
And that's on Afu, as the post players for Sequoia both picking up a foul here on this trip down the floor. However, just the first on Afu, second team foul on Sequoia.
And we have Tassi at the free throw line.
Tassi comes in MVP of the league, 13 points per game, 11 rebounds. She's got 11 double-doubles. She's yet to score so far in this game. That free throw is her first point.
And it will be a 13-point lead now with 2.5 minutes to go here in the third. Curlin with the ball. She will face ball pressure by Solis. Manages the possession. And Dolsky will be fouled. Still Sequoia's ball.
I think the Sequoia offense is really, their ball movement is really frustrating South City. South City's quick. They're not used to not being able to catch up to the ball, and that's what's happened so far in this one.
Yeah. And we have Jackson with the ball. She will pass out to Curlin outside the three-point line. Over to Dolsky right over on the right corner. She will take the three-point shot. Rebounded by Tassi. Solis with the ball running up the court. And she will wait. Dribble down to the post. Pass over to Tololo. And now you have Solis with the ball again in the right corner. Tololo at the top of the three-point line. And the three-point shot is good. That'll be Eulalia Tololo.
A little bit of a spark here for Coach Carry-On squad. She's got 2 3-pointers in the quarter, 6 points for Tololo.
Curlin with the ball, facing ball pressure once again from Solis. They will pass down to Jackson, dribble down to the post, passing over to Layla Manua.
I like this Jackson, great ball vision, court vision right there. She goes hard to the hole as soon as the defender attacks her. Stop, bounce pass into the low block and no bucket, but there's the foul. And we saw earlier, Jackson has been so successful stealing the balls because there's not bounce passes. Anybody can knock down a pass if it's above your knees.
Right.
When it bounces past you, much more difficult. We saw right there. No one's stealing that pass from Jackson. It's going to get to its spot.
You're absolutely right there, John. And we will have a Fu at the free throw line.
Game's been double digits since Sequoia went on an 18-1 run the second as Afu knocks down both. She's 6 for 6 in the game from the foul line.
And it is still a 12-point lead. We have about a minute and a half to go here in the third. Solis with the ball through midcourt. Passes over to Bergerson. Back to Solis and Tololo. Solis with the ball. Pass down to Tololo, left side. Now you got Malapai with the ball. Tassi goes up for the shot. Rebounded by Layla Manua. And Sequoia will take a slow one coming up here. Curlin with the ball. Solis will start to put some ball pressure on. We got 19 seconds on the shot clock. Curlin just manages the possession, taking a little one-on-one here. Pass over to Jackson. Dolsky with the ball, and she will travel.
Warriors ball.
Just 43 seconds remaining here in this first half, so it could be a 2-for-1 if South City can get a shot up.
This was a great defensive quarter. Solis with the ball. Pass down. And Burleson will try to pass over to Malapai, but goes out of bounds. 34 seconds to go.
This is an important final 35 seconds, especially if you're South City.
Curlin with the ball, and once again, another one-on-one with Solis here. She will just dribble down, and she is now passing the ball. And a Fu will be fouled.
Actually, it was Curlin that got fouled. I don't think Solis is going to be happy, but she absolutely fouled her right there. It's such intense defense for 20 seconds. You're on every single step of the offensive player. That time, Curlin just changed directions, drew the foul.
And we have Curlin with the ball. Ball pressure from Solis, and she will pass over to Dolsky. Now the ball's over to Jackson. Again to her. 2 seconds left. And right before the buzzer, she will try to go up for the shot. No good. And at the end of the third, we have Sequoia Cherokees 35. And the South City Warriors 23.
Yeah, a little more low scoring that quarter right there is just 7 points for South City. Sequoia actually not getting a field goal in that quarter. They went 5 for 6 from the line. That was the extent of their points. 35-23, still within reach. And the one thing South City has going for it is they're a fast team. They like to get up and down the floor, so they can get back in games quickly. However, when you do play that style, you leave yourself open. And this Sequoia team, the way they move the ball and the fact that they can take advantage of these three-pointers, I don't know if that's the best thing in the world. You start getting up and down the floor, maybe you don't get it. Tololo was the spark in this third quarter of play. You see her hitting the three-pointer there. She had a couple three-pointers. She had 6 of the 7 points, in fact, for South San Francisco in that third quarter. They're down by 12. They got a lot of people on this team. You got Natividad's a 3-year starter. Malapi's a 3-year starter. Tassie's a 4-year starter, MVP of the league. Madrid's a 3-year starter. Lots of experience on this team. They won't get rattled, but they got to put their line in the sand. They got to get after the Sequoia team. They got to be smart when they do it, because Sequoia will take advantage of any opportunities they get. It's a well-oiled, coached machine here at Sequoia by Coach Peakey.
Agreed. And coming up right after this game with the 7:45 tip-off following the All-League presentation, we will have the boys championship game, and that will be MA versus Carlmont. MA is on a 13-0 run right now, including going undefeated in league and 1 win yesterday in the PAL tournament. All right, we have Solis with the ball down to Tololo. Malapai is back in. She will have the ball. Pass over to Tololo with the three-point jumper. No good. Rebounded by Malapai. And a Fu will get that rebound.
Jacqueline, help rebound.
Curlin will come up with the ball here. Once again, another one-on-one by Solis.
Cherokee's just going to milk this clock as best they can.
And Curlin makes a great progression on that. Passes down. And we have Malapai with the ball. On the right side, she's getting defended by Jackson. And Solis pass over to Solis. Now you got Tololo with another three-point jumper. Rebounded by Jackson. And they will slow things up a little bit.
And, and every single time they're going to hold on their side of the floor. They're going to make Solis play defense in the beginning of the shot clock. That's exactly what they're left 4 or 5 times down the floor.
Yeah. And Curlin will take the three-point shot that is rebounded by Tassie. And you have Solis with the ball again on the left side, coming over to the middle of the court now. Drives down to the post, tries to go for the layup, but it is blocked. Recovered by Fala Papalangi for the Cherokees. Once again, they will now slow it down. Curlin with the ball.
As you can hear Coach Peaky, patience, patience.
Curlin will be on the left side. Pass down to Afu. Go up for the shot, and we'll take the foul.
She's going to go to the line. She's 6 for 6 from the line, but this has become a great battle right here. Curlin getting the ball up the floor on Alex Solis. A lot of fun to watch these two girls. I mean, Solis is on her every single move, and Curlin between going behind the back and crossing over, she's getting the ball in the front court and making things happen, but real fun to watch.
And that will be the first one is good for Afu at the free throw line. And Fotu will come in for Burgesson for the Warriors.
Afu third in the PAL South this year, averaging 14 points a game. She's a first-team All-Leaguer.
And Malapai will get that rebound on the free throw. Talolo with the ball, pass over to Madrid. She'll dribble and pass over to Malapai. Malapai with the ball. She'll dribble down, try to go for the shot, and it is good. It is now an 11-point lead for Sequoia. 6 minutes to go in the fourth.
Nothing easy for South City. Even that shot right there contested.
Fala Papalongi will go for the shot right under the basket.
The post player with the reverse layup, very impressive.
Madrid with the ball, top of the three-point line. Pass over to Fotu. And we have Solis looking to come back in here. Madrid with the ball, 10 seconds on the shot clock. Pass over to Talolo, three-point jumper. And Tassi will try to rebound it. Passes over to Kurland.
And going out of bounds, Tassi tried to save it. Unfortunately, it went back to a
Jackson with
Cherokee.
the ball. Oh, and the ball is stolen by Talolo. She will just dribble down the right side. And there we go. Jackson just takes the steal right back.
You saw that one coming. You just knew it. That's 7 steals for Jackson. And when you have defenders, Sequoia's going to take a timeout. We'll stay right here. A lot of times when you have really quick defenders that get a lot of steals, when they get their pocket picked,
they're going to go right back.
They get it right back. Yeah. It just seems like, boom, it's like it upsets the universe. It's not what's supposed to be happening. Boom. Alexis Jackson gets it right back. She's got 7 steals in this game. She had 12 yesterday, so 19 over 2 games for Jackson. For Sequoia, they're able at the moment to keep this South City team at an arm's distance. They're up 13 here. Just 5 minutes remaining in the game. Anthony Remedios, my name is John Mylod. Ethan Castle also with us here at Sequoia High School for tonight's PAL Tournament Championship game on South City Video Art on the YouTube channel. Coming up next, it'll be Menlo Atherton champions of the PAL South against the second team from the PAL South. That is the Carlmont Scots. The only 2 blemishes on the Carlmont Scots regular season record came to that MA team. MA 12-0 this year in league. So great game coming up about 7:45, but we still got 5:05 left in this one.
All right. Jackson will inbound the ball down to Afu. Pass over to Fala Papalongi. Will put up the shot. That is tipped off by Afu for the Cherokee, so it'll be the Warriors ball. Correction, that was actually a foul on Afu.
And second on Afu. It'll be third on Sequoia.
And we'll have Solis coming through mid-court with the ball. Passes down to Malapai. She will have the ball again outside the three-point line on the left side. Pass up to Solis. And we have Fotu. Tassi going up for the shot. And it is rebounded. Boy, we have some loose control. And it will be a jump ball.
Yeah, I just love seeing that kind of hustle and that kind of energy with girls' bodies falling all over the place, just trying to get that one possession. I love that kind of energy.
Yeah.
And it hurts.
It does.
When you fall on that floor's hard.
Sequoia will have a 13-point lead with about 4.5 minutes to go. And it will be Dulce Jackson with the ball. Just over half court. And we do have an offensive foul called against her.
And I think that was a good call right there by Wendy Yu. Looks like she a little bit of a shove off. It was at the right moment. So a little bit of exaggerated, you're going to get that call.
And we will have the three-point shot by Malapai. And it is rebounded by the Warriors. Goes back up, but now we have Curlin with the ball for the Cherokees. 4 minutes to go. 38-25 Sequoia. One-on-one again. Curlin versus Elise as she tries to get over half court. She will pass down to Afu. And it will go out of bounds, but stay Sequoia's ball. 12 seconds to go on the shot clock. Jackson will inbound it here. Looking to get a shot up. And that will be a turnover to Solis on the inbounds play. She will be on the left side. Inside the three-point line. Pass down to Tassi at the post. Go up for the two-point shot, and it is good.
And we're going to have Coach Carrion taking a timeout right here. We'll stay right here at Sequoia High School. You're listening to the PAL Tournament Championship games here on the South City Video Art channel on YouTube. Game one, just three and a half minutes remaining here between Sequoia and South City. It's an 11-point lead for Sequoia as Sequoia trying to get their first ever PAL Tournament Championship, secure their first ever on the girls' side. They're the two-time defending boys champions. They did not play in this year's abbreviated PAL tournament because of the state tournament being played earlier this year. What's happened is they got rid of basically a week, and so you saw that everything end early. The CCS seedings meeting is tomorrow. The first game of CCS is Thursday. And so
Thursday, Friday for the first round, and then
I'd have to look. I'm not exactly sure. Well, one will be Thursday, Saturday probably.
Right.
But not normally is it condensed like that. It's always been a Sunday seedings meeting. So with the PAL tournament, what they had to do is they had to have this earlier, and instead of having the top 4 teams in both leagues, just the top 2, semifinals and championships only.
And the CCS championship will be next weekend, I think. I saw somewhere down the line. All right, we have Jackson with the ball. And she maintains. And Sequoia will call a timeout to maintain that possession as they were faced with a tough scramble right there.
Just a 20-second timeout. We'll stay right here at Sequoia High School. Game 2, Carmont playing in their first PAL tournament championship game since 1985.
Wow.
That was a Terry Stogner, Billy Thompson matchup right there. Those two legendary long-term coaches. I want to say 36 years maybe for Coach Stogner at Carmont, and I want to say 21 years for Coach Thompson at Mills. But it's been quite a drought for these Carmont Scots to get into a championship game. Great to see them. As far as Menlo Atherton is no stranger to the PAL tournament. However, they haven't been able to probably knock down as many as they would like. They won championships in 2016, and that is their only championship for a team that's done very well.
Wow. And we will have Curlin with the ball as she tries to come over half court. We have 10 seconds on the shot clock. And she is fouled. That will be the 8th team foul for the Warriors. Only the 2nd personal.
Actually, that's going to be 4, I believe,
4
on Solis. And Curlin will shoot a 1-and-1.
And that will be no good. Tassi will get the rebound. We have Natividad with the ball. Pass over to Malapai. Back to Natividad. She will pass to Solis, who will go for the three-point shot. No good. But Natividad will get the rebound. Try and go back up for the shot. And we have Dolsky with the rebound. Now Curlin. They will slow things up a little bit. Wow, Solis is putting some early ball pressure way back in the key.
She's got to do that. They're down by 11. They've got to press.
Now you got Curlin over half court. She will pass to Fela Papalangi. Down to Afu at the post. Go up for the shot. Rebounded by Tassi, but turns the ball back over.
That's great. That's what Coach Peaky wants. He's got one-on-one with his best ball handlers. She takes up half or 2/3 the shot clock and then gets it to the free throw line. One bounce pass, a layup attempt.
Malapai with the ball on the left side. She will go up for the shot. Rebounded. And that will be off of the Warriors, so it'll be Sequoia's ball. They'll have an 11-point lead with just over 2 minutes to go.
Sequoia just one field goal in this second half, yet up 11.
Wow. Dolsky with the ball on the right side. Passes over to fella Papalangi, who will go for the shot. Rebounded by Fotu. And Natividad will take the ball up. She's over on the right side. Pass over to Solis now on the left side. She will try and go down to the court, to the post. Pass it down to Tassie, who will go up for the 2-point shot. And it is now only a single-digit lead for the Cherokees.
Which is very significant because the last time it was a single-digit lead, we were in the second quarter. This game, at one point, it was a 14-point lead at halftime, 17 points just before halftime. Even a 12-point lead heading into this fourth quarter, but so far it's been a nice little run by this South City team to get them within striking distance. They're a ways away. It's 38-29. They're going to have to nail a couple three-pointers really to make this happen right now, but they've been able to at least give themselves a chance right now.
Yeah.
As Aaron Boyd right there, who is the teacher for all the students putting on tonight's broadcast over at South San Francisco. It's an amazing job to think that there are 15, 16, 17-year-old high school students that are putting this broadcast together. Really, truly amazing. Cameras, engineering, technical, everything.
Jackson will have the ball.
Go get it, Jack.
And she will come up on the left side and get fouled just before half court.
And Melipia, I think that might be 3 on her.
And that will be the fourth foul personal for Malapai. The 9th team foul. Jackson will shoot the 1-on-1. And the Warriors only have 1 timeout remaining with the 9-point deficit.
Keeping him in the
Cassie
game,
will
missing
get the
the front
rebound.
end.
And we have Natividad with the ball. Pass it down to Solis. Back to Natividad. Solis on the right side. She will try and dribble down to the post. She is fouled. And she will shoot 2 shots with 1:20 to go.
Sequoia foul. Number 12, Dolsky. That is her first.
Solis will try to cut into the lead here. They can't afford any misses from here on out for Coach Carry-On squad.
The first one is good for Solis at the free throw line.
Solis got her first start of her varsity career as a freshman, taking over for the MVP of the league in the semifinals of CCS last year before leading the South City Warriors to their only CCS championship ever.
Wow.
First team all-leaguer.
And that second free throw is good. It is a 7-point ball game here. Just over a minute to go. Dolsky with the ball for the Cherokees. Over on the right side, you got Curlin with the ball, waiting. She will now do a little 1-on-1 here again with Solis. Tries to dribble down towards the post, go up for the shot. No good. Rebounded by Natividad of the Warriors. She will just go right down. And she tried to go for the layup, but was defended. Now you have Solis taking the 3-point shot. No good. But Tassie got the rebound, tries to go up for the shot. And she will be fouled and shoot 2. And that is the 6th team foul for the Cherokees, which is big because that means on the next foul, the Warriors will be in bonus. And the 3rd personal foul for Afu.
Under a minute. It's a full timeout. We'll stay right here at Sequoia High School. This is the 19th year since the recreation of the PAL tournament. No tournament between 93 and 99. And then brought back by Gordy Young in 2000. First 3 years with Cappuccino. It's been hosted by Mills, El Camino, South City, Jefferson, MA, Sequoia, Woodside. Seems like it's been.
Jefferson hosted it last year. I remember that.
So Half Moon Bay last year.
I think it was, okay, yeah.
Over the years, it's more. Some years it was everybody in the pool.
Yeah.
You had 16 people going. This year, most years it was 4, the top 4 from the south, the top 4 from the north. This year what they did was they, because of the condensed schedule, they only had the top 2 Half the coaches fought for it. They know how important it is, and
Right.
I'm with them. I really think it's important as well.
Yeah.
As we get back to live action here,
We will have 48 seconds on the main clock here. It is a 7-point lead for the Cherokees. And Tassie will shoot 2 shots. Very important free throws here.
really can't afford.
She will make the first one. It is a 38-32 ball game.
She's refusing to go away. We talked about this team. They've got a lot of experience. She knocks
The
down
second
both.
one is good. Curlin and they are doing a full press here. That is off of Dolsky of Sequoia, and it will be the Warriors' ball. They have a 5-point deficit with 43 seconds to go.
That's a 2-2-1 press right there, forcing that turnover. And I kind of hate to see those kids walking out of the gym at that moment. You got to sense the moment and realize you can't be walking in the corner where the ball is, because the girl from Sequoia does. She stopped short.
All right, so Lise with the ball. Now you have Malapai going up for the shot, rebounded by Falapapalongi. Curlin with the ball, and they will press.
They better do it quickly.
And we have a Sequoia foul, so it will now be in bonus for.
I think they called an intentional foul too. We'll see. We'll let the referees sort this out as Billy Torney is coming over.
South City intentional foul, number 23, Talolo. That is her second.
That was an intentional foul on Talolo for the Warriors, her second personal. The 10th team foul. It will be 2 shots for Dolsky at the line. The first one is good.
And Dolsky, one of those 3 sophomores, all from Central.
And the second one is good. South City will use their, no, correction.
So, and because of that intentional foul, I was just going to wait to make it official. Sequoia also gets possession. That's a huge intentional foul. 30 seconds remain.
Now you have Madrid and Curlin going one-on-one here. Curlin just got the steal. And she will try to, didn't go up in time. And we'll get the,
Wow, a 3-second violation. Give the ball back to Sequoia. 18 seconds remain, no shot clock.
And they have an 8-point lead, Sequoia right now. And there will be an intentional foul on Natividad right there.
Well, actually, and I don't mean to correct you, but this is what we ran into a minute ago. At least this time, they were successful in just fouling.
Right.
Because the intentional foul ended up giving Sequoia the ball back again. And that's crucial with this late in the game. You really got to make it look like you're going for the ball.
Right. And it will be Jackson at the free throw line shooting 2. And the Warriors will set up all 4 of their defenders.
And these free throws here are really putting it out of reach.
And you have Solis and Malapai coming back in. And Tassie will get the rebound. Pass over to Solis on the right side. She will go to the post and gets the shot blocked. And it is 6 seconds remaining, and there is a foul down at the baseline.
And yeah, with just 6 seconds, the final score, the only thing in doubt, it's an 8-point lead. And Sequoia, their first trip to the PAL Tournament Championship game is going to be a successful one. They're going to knock off the defending champions, putting an end to a 13-game win streak. And also, this South City team won by just a point last year over Menloatin in the championship game at Half Moon Bay. They have been unseated by the Sequoia team. When you got 3 starters that are sophomores for Sequoia and a junior in Falapapalongi, you get the feeling they might be back next year.
Yeah. That's what happens when you get teams of young talent.
Afu's first free throw is good, as is the second.
And we will have Natividad will take the ball right through midcourt. Go up for the 3-point shot right before the buzzer. No good. That's a ball game, folks. Our final score, Sequoia Cherokees 43. The South City Warriors 33. And what was a great game played here by both teams. And the girls, PAL tournament champion.
Yeah, that tournament champion is the Sequoia Cherokees. First time they ever played in the game. They are champs. You can do a quick wrap here, and they're going to start giving out some awards, and we will send that back to the studio for that. Great game here, and this one turned out with 15. Check that, 16 for Alex Solis. She led the South City Warriors. Chololo hit a couple threes. She had 6 in the game. 5 for Lafu Malapiai. 33 coming in, they averaged 54.8, so 20 below their average. Great defense by Sequoia. Leading the way for the Cherokees, they had 12 by Alexis Jackson. Check that. No, that's Caitlin Dulski with 12. 10 for Alexis Jackson. 7 for Fale Papalonge. 11 as well. Check that. Yeah, 11 as well for Suwano Afu. 43-33 is the final score here. Your PAL tournament champions are, for the first time, the Sequoia Cherokees under their second tenured head coach, Steve Peakey, and you got Mike Chardella out there as well, shaking hands with Paul Carrion from South San Francisco. So they will announce, they'll have the award ceremony. We'll turn our mics off for that, and in about 15 minutes we'll be back with the tip to the second game tonight. It is the PAL Tournament Championship game on the boys' side, MA and Carlmont. That's coming up in about 15 minutes right here on the South City Video Art YouTube channel.
First for South San Francisco, individual awards for second place. Number 1, Giselle Madrid. Number 2, correction, number 3, Malia Smith. Number 4, Donovan Tuitele. Number 10, Caitlin Palantes. Number 12, Becca Tassi. Number 20, Noelle Toy. Number 21,